We're going to talk right now about something called Feed Our Future. This is Jessica Nazaroff and Annie Ramirez, and they're going to tell us about this program, which basically involves feeding school kids on the weekend when they're not getting their school lunches.
Correct.
Yeah.
We go out and we serve children that are relying on the meals that they get at school to get by, and so we go out and bridge that gap for them over the weekend and provide them with a bag of food to help them get through.
Take me back to when you first came up with this. I mean, when did you realize this was a problem, and when did you realize that you could do something about it?
About 3 years ago, I learned about a national organization that does something very similar, and it just, as a mom myself, it really made me look at what was happening here locally, and I was really surprised. My kids are, they are always saying they're starving, and yet, obviously, they're not. They're very comfortable. So I was really surprised by that, and with the encouragement of a friend who founded Feed Our Future with me, we decided to jump in and do something about it. So we started Feed Our Future and started feeding. We started with 50 children a little over a year ago, and now we're serving 175 every week.
And this is at Adams Elementary.
Correct.
Yeah. Why did you pick that school?
There were a few criteria. One of them, I really wanted a school that was a little off the beaten path, that wasn't as well known, to really find some kids that were maybe being missed with different services that were available, and they have a high need there. They have a lot of the Motel Drive children. 5 different shelters feed into their school as well. A lot of mobile home parks. There's just a lot of transiency in their school, and also a really great administration. We have to work closely with the administration with what we're doing, and they're fantastic out there.
Yeah. Now, aren't there all kinds of regulations as to what can be in the food that the kids, I mean, how did you get around all of that?
Well, pretty much everything is non-perishable, obviously. Everything is individually packaged, sealed, and nothing can be, if somebody were to give me a box of almonds, which has happened before, I can't do anything with those. They have to be sealed in individual containers. We focus on everything has to have a pop top, be easily opened, because most of these kids don't have access to can openers, things of that sort. And we also rely on complying with various community food bank guidelines.
Yeah. So give me an idea of what would be in a normal bag you hand out on the weekend.
A normal bag, we usually try to have 2 or 3 protein type of items, such as like a microwavable Chef Boyardee meal, Vienna sausages, beef jerky, things of that sort. We also have a couple of breakfast items, cereal bars, individual cereal packages, applesauce, fruit cups, raisins, and then additional snacks on top of that.
Mm-hmm. Are you convinced that if you weren't handing these out that these kids wouldn't eat on the weekend?
It's not necessarily that they wouldn't eat at all on the weekend, but they don't always know where their meal is going to come from. So a lot of these kids, they have a lot of insecurity and stability in their home life, and so they are often depending on themselves. Obviously, if they can't get themselves, if they're out of milk or groceries at home, they can't get themselves to the store. And if there's not a parent in the home to help take care of that for them, they don't have any other options for feeding themselves. So that's really where we're stepping in and trying to help them with that.
Okay. You're obviously very dependent on donations.
We are.
And that's where the big golf tournament comes in. Annie, you're involved in setting up this golf tournament, which is going to be Friday, June the 26th.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It's the 2nd annual Sandy Kip Memorial Golf Tournament. Last year was the inaugural year.
For your mom?
For my mom. She had liposarcoma. It's a rare kind of cancer. We did some fundraising to help with medical bills. Unfortunately, it turned from a benefit to a memorial while we were planning. So we used the funds that year for what we needed it for my father. But my mom was a big advocate for children. She taught children, just had 4 of her own, just loved kids. So when I heard about Feed Our Future, I met Shelby. She was telling me about it, and I really wanted to keep the tournament alive, something to honor her legacy and her memory. And so when I met Shelby, I thought this is going to be a great fit. So we made Feed Our Future the beneficiary of this year's tournament.
Yeah. Which course are you going to be playing at?
Riverside Golf Course.
Riverside.
Up by Herndon.
And obviously you're looking for people now to take part in it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're looking for teams. We've got a bunch of fantastic raffle prizes. We have the Long Drive Remax finalist, Daniel Beckman, our very own from Fresno. He will be hitting tee shots off the number 10 tee for teams. at the tournament. So we're really excited to have him as well.
Cool. Yeah. What's the cost to get involved?
$75, and that includes golf carts, lunch, drink tickets, and a fantastic time.
And whatever monies don't go to paying for the event go to Feed Our Future.
Exactly. Every dollar will go to Feed Our Future.
Yeah. So how can folks, if they're interested, sign up?
You can go to the website, feedourfuturefresno.org, click on the events link, and that's on there. I believe they have my email on there as well, so you can get a hold of me if you need any more information. We're still looking for sponsors. If anybody wants to be a sponsor, they can send me an email as well, and I can get them in contact.
Okay. Do you really feel like you're making a difference?
I do. We had a fantastic response from the principal out at Adams. They were able to track a very significant decrease in the amount of absences on the day that we actually come out to bring the food. They've asked us to come on Mondays as well. They also have a very high level of absences on Mondays, and this is a motivating factor for a lot of these kids. They've used the bags for a variety of different reasons. Extra bags that are left in the office they've used for different circumstances that they've encountered on campus, and it's been really great for their community.
Okay, I'm confused now about the Monday thing, because you said this was for days when they...
So we serve on the weekends, but
Okay.
because they experienced such a significant drop in their absence rate on the day that we came out, the next day that they have their highest absence rate is Mondays, kids not coming to school on Monday. So they had even asked, could we come out on a Monday and bring something small? We do not do that, but it was just because the effort or the question was asked because they experienced such a dramatic change so quickly.
Okay, I'm still missing something here, so excuse me. You say that they noticed a drop in absence on the weekend?
On Thursday. We take the bags out to the school. We provide the bag and we go out to the school and deliver it on Thursday afternoon at the end of their school day. And so on Thursdays, they were already tracking, prior to our being there, among these students, they were tracking about a 30% absent rate on Thursdays. Once we started and we were coming consistently on a regular basis, that absent rate had dropped to about 10%. So their request was, could we come out and do something additionally on the other days? We are not able to do that. Our goal is to really focus on covering the weekend. But that's just an example of how quickly they were able to see a turnaround for some of these kids.
So you're hoping these kids hold the bag, don't eat it from Thursday till Saturday or Sunday?
No, oftentimes they will start snacking on it on Friday. When we first went out, the very first few weeks, the kids would tell us that they ate their bag on the bus in its entirety before they ever made it home.
I would have torn right into it.
Right,
yeah.
they did. And the bus drivers were even a little unhappy with the amount of trash that was on some of the buses as a result of that. But now that we're coming out consistently, they do seem, for the majority of them, do seem to be partialing it out and stretching it out over the weekend. Some of them are having to share their bags. So some of them have siblings at home and they are hiding their bag or having to go home and divide that up among the siblings that are also at home. So
Wouldn't it make more sense to hand it out on Friday at the end of the school day?
it would. It's a little more difficult on Fridays because of activities. Kids are gone off campus. They may not be there due to sports, things like that. So, and we also, if we give it out the bag at the end of the day, we're missing all the morning kindergarten kids. So by going on Thursday, we're catching everyone on campus, and the kindergarten teachers pick up the bag for the kindergarten children Friday morning. That way everyone has their bag for the weekend.
Gotcha.
We are starting a second school site though, so all those variables might change now that we're growing.
Do you know which school yet?
No, we're working on it.
You're working on it? Okay, cool.
We're working on it.
You'll have to come back when you
Yeah.
find that second school. Okay, so we know that you can help by donating through the golf tournament, but are there other ways that people can donate and help out?
There are. You can go to our website and you can sign up for a monthly sponsorship to sponsor a child. You can do a one-time donation. We have had organizations, local organizations provide food through food drives before, and all those are great ways to help.
Okay, so website, Facebook, how can people reach you?
We're on Facebook, Feed Our Future Fresno, and then the website is feedourfuturefresno.org.
All right, and again, the big golf tournament coming up Friday, June 26th. Thank you both for coming in, Jessica and Annie.
Thank you.
Feed Our Future right here on Central Valley Talk.